Alright, recording has started. I'm going to start streaming in 3, 2, 1. We're live, I think. Yay.
Hello, world!
Greetings all.
My ears! What is going on?
Well, that's a good start.
Oh, brilliant. Alright, perfect way to start.
To be fair, I
Except-
think that sums up our how our adventures is going to go pretty well.
John Williams would be
Exactly.
proud.
He would. Gentlemen, welcome to the edge of the Empire. Things are going to go horribly, horribly wrong. But what do you expect when you bring Freeze into a group? To start us off, I will send you all a link to the opening crawl to describe today's episode of Edge of the Empire. After we have watched the opening crawl, I will set the scene for the first encounters and let you guys introduce your characters to each other once again and to the stream in general. So, in your Roll20, you'll see a YouTube link now. Watch that at your leisure, with or without accompanying John Williams' bastardization. Up to you. And I will now start that for all of the people that are watching the stream.
Just want to point out, I do like how YouTube gaming.
Can we go back to
Please, Freeze, drive us into the sun, please.
Ooh, Tatooine. Maybe I should just narrated it.
Yeah, quite possibly. I'll read it out now for those people that... I mean, you've mostly seen it. It's still fading off the screen on the stream, but I'll read it out. So, Edge of the Empire, Episode 1, Sunseekers. Rebellion has shaken the Galactic Empire. The Death Star has been destroyed. As the Empire searches for the hidden rebel base, it tightens its grip on the Outer Rim territories. Hoping to avoid Imperial attentions, a lone freighter emerges from hyperspace in the Tatooine system. Happy days.
Okay.
So, you guys have emerged in the Tatooine system. So the twin suns of Tatooine glimmer just above the horizon. A Corellian YT-2400 light freighter emerges from hyperspace and flies in low above the planet's surface, cruising low over the sands to an open docking bay in Mos Espa. Landing in Docking Bay 14C at the Mos Espa spaceport, the crew find the place relatively quiet. The last jump from the Kessel system was hasty, shall we say, and has strained and partially damaged the hyperdrive motivator on your light freighter. You have in the smuggling compartments hidden on your ship a package of spice that you are to deliver to your contact with the Hutt cartel. You have a box of glitter stem. This stuff is highly illegal. You are screwed if you get caught. You guys start to unload your cargo in the docking bay. Within a few short minutes, an Imperial customs agent, flanked by his 2 security detail, emerges from a small side room in the spaceport docking bay, marching up to the ship demanding to speak to the captain. So, there you go, there's you guys. Hang on, wait, no, I need to drag the players thing. There we go.
Me.
You guys. You've started unloading some boxes. Good job. Okay,
Well,
so...
Freeze already looks high.
He really doesn't he? Okay, now before you start dealing with this stuff, I do have a schematic of your spaceship just for future reference that we can return to. I will show you that now, just so you've got an idea of the layout. This was taken straight from Wikipedia, so it's reasonably competent. Standard light freighter, all stock parts, apart from a smuggling compartment that is hidden we'll go in section 18 on this diagram in the little storage bay there at the bottom right near the cockpit. Yeah, otherwise completely standard YT 2400. It's got a class 2 hyperdrive and a class 12 backup hyperdrive, though your primary hyperdrive motivator is damaged from your previous jump. Yeah, it's got your standard laser cannons, etc. Nice ship. We like it. Your ship is called the Sunseeker, as was determined in our previous session. Though landing on the planet, that is not the name that the authorities receive. You have spoofed your, what do you call it? The thingy mid-bob. The transponder. That's the name I was looking for. So, according to the authorities, your ship is called the Sullust Rising at the moment.
Not yet, he's not.
So you've got a crate of glitter stim worth about 5,000 credits, give or take, stashed in your smuggling compartments in your spaceship. It's highly illegal stuff, and you have been contracted to deliver it to a representative of the Hutt cartel on Tatooine. You don't know this person. You know them by reputation only. They are called Shadow, and you're assuming that they'll make themselves revealed to you. You also are carrying about 1,000 creds worth of water and medicine for sale as kind of like a cover for your illegal operations here. Okay, so we'll jump away from that one to a rough
would you be
diagram.
able to put that? Would you be able to put that ship diagram into like the journal as like one of the things?
I will do that at some point. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that would just be a good way of just like
yes, that way I
immersion
can
in the
refer back
ship.
to it. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So relatively small spaceport docking bay that you guys find yourselves in. You've got room for your ship. You've got a little sort of hover sled on the bottom right hand side there, which is used for carrying cargo. You've unloaded a few crates already. On the bottom left, you've got that little security building on the corner there. That little small round bit at the top of that is a sort of windowed viewing room that they can use to view the people that are in the docking bay, and the rest of it is opaque. Yes, that spot. I love how you can do that. Thank you very much. That part is the bit they can see you out of, the rest of it they can't. You've got one Imperial customs agent marching to meet you with his 2 cronies. Alright, before we get into what occurs and what you guys do... Yep, certainly. Go for it.
I would not be unloading the ship. I'd probably be repairing the ship. So
Okay, yeah, alright. So we'll sort that out in a second,
in the
what
engine.
you're all actually doing. Introduce your characters to each other again and to the lovely people on the stream. So I think we'll go with the pilot and captain first. Freeze, you there?
Oh,
Alex asleep at the
He was too
cockpit.
high on space drugs.
Yep, definitely.
Too mesmerized by the idea of flying into the sun that you forgot that he was the pilot for a minute.
Get
Yeah.
on the colors.
alright. My name is Sign the Drug. He a Sullivan. He's slightly addicted to death sticks.
Only slightly? Or pretty heavily?
Only slightly. I mean, it's all a relative perspective, so... He doesn't have a problem, everyone else has the problem.
Fair enough.
Just the
He can quit
the problem is you're so high. Problem is you're so high and you keep trying to fly us into the sun.
He has a little bit of a oblivion obsession too.
Oh, good. So you're the Sullustan pilot and captain of the Sunseeker, with a bit of an addiction to the spice. Alright, next up we will go with our 2 Gand members. So, who'd like to go first?
Off you go, Red.
Sure. So, Saturn Shikir finds men from Gandors. Zaon for a very long time called the Miststalkers, but Zaton no longer associates with them. He finds them a little okay. So Zaton no longer associates with them. He finds them a little meet up and also so Zaton no longer associates with them. He find them and then meet up and
He went into the sun.
also so Zaton no longer associates with them. He find them and then meet up and
He went into the sun.
also so Zaton no longer associates with them. He find them and then
Look at the other talking.
meet up and
He went into the sun.
also hear me now.
Hello.
You're breaking up still, so.
Next.
For fuck's sake. Someone else go.
Just the time, fine, until you had to introduce your
Started
character, and
talking.
you just
Yeah.
the cosmic universe spotted this, and then fucked your connection.
So apparently Murphy is existing in the Star Wars universe as well.
The Force is not with me.
No.
Nah, Murphy was confirmed as a Sith Lord.
I have a bad feeling
in
about
the
this.
7th movie, so yeah.
Blood.
He also apparently knows Jar Jar quite well. Like, he was the reason why he was so lucky in a way. So.
Alright, how we
That
going,
was
Red?
the Master
Should
and the Apprentice.
Should we try it again, or do you want me to just summarize for you?
Don't know what's going on yet.
Hello,
You can
Red.
see him moving in the distance.
He's trying to get his 4G going.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to get his 4G going.
Kind of creepy, so he's not at his computer. We're just kind of watching him.
Totally not creepy at all.
That's the perks of having a wireless headset.
Cable.
Indeed, cable.
Alright, while we're waiting for Red to return his voice to us, Nova, would you like to introduce your Gand character?
Sure. My name is Eslok. I am a Gand. I've been down for some time. I've been working with Zarton for quite some time. He's the findsman. He finds the target, and I go in and do the dirty work. So we've been working for a while. He's sort of a bit more well thought of on our home planet, and I've had a few issues in the past that I keep to myself, but I'm sort of piggybacking on Zarton's slightly higher standing with the Gand Council to restore my reputation, if we say.
Eslok still has much to learn, but Zaton, we will teach him good, and we put him back in good graces on Gand.
Were these two meant to be siblings, by the way?
No
Or are they
sibling,
just, like,
just from homeland,
Just
you
fellow
know.
Gand. Fellow Gand.
Okay. So one's from like the northern side of Gan, one's like in mainland.
Different Findsman chapters.
One's from Gand Motherland.
Many Findsman chapter on Gand. Not all so friendly, but yeah, we get along well. It's good.
I'll keep the opinions of my findsmen to myself.
Excellent. Okay, and then we have 2 more members of our band of misfits, shall we say. We have the Shadow Mech Nob. Would you like to run us through your character?
Yes. So, my character is a Jawa. He used to do a bit of work as shady sort of modding weapons outside their specification. He got a reputation as being the Shadow Mech. Due to some unfortunate accidents that he may be involved with, he had to sort of flee. But yes, my character is very similar to, let's say, a mad scientist. He wants to make things right out of their specification, and if they blow up, that's all the better.
Excellent. Most excellent. And last but certainly not least, Techie. Oh my god, Red's turned sideways.
Okay, so... Alright.
Diane B1 Battle Droid, designation KGT-013. I am an ex-droid of the Trade Federation.
And I was found on the previous previous mission to collect the spice. The Shadow Mech actually found me left out in a junk heap with just mainly my chassis intact, and everything else was stripped of me from the previous work I used to do, and all the great positioning and awesome. The last people I worked for betrayed me, stripped me apart, and then left me to basically rust. So I basically owe the Shadow Mech all my services for pretty much saving my functionality and ensuring I continue to function and serve. So you mainly just see me as it's sort of like one of those battle droids from the prequels, but coloured in a more charcoalish grey with blue trims around the head and chest.
Cool. Alrighty then. So, happy days. You guys have all found yourself on the same light freighter doing dirty work for the Hutts, carrying some tasty spice. Oh, I mean, you can mention the prequels.
To be fair,
it's
B1 Battle Droid
canon,
was in
so
all of 1 to 3. It is officially
it's official canon, so
otherwise I would not exist.
And just for the viewers at home, we have decided that the time setting is shortly after the Death Star is destroyed, but before Hoth is found. Expanded universe stuff can be incorporated into this as we see fit, but is not sort of set in stone.
So how long until someone gets a lightsaber whip?
Oh, it depends on how kinky you guys want to get. Alright, mechanical stuff before we start getting into the fun stuff. I would like all of my player characters to please roll for me 1 force dice. That's the white one that's in the middle of your dice pool. So 1 each, please.
Oh no.
Is that this one?
Considering it came up completely blank, I'm guessing probably not. You might need to set a number 1 into that.
Hang on, I need to like click away from it. I'll try it again.
Hey, there we go. Yours
Yeah,
worked.
there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, cool. Check that out. Come on.
Alright, and just...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what that gives you guys is 4 light side points and 3 dark side points in the Destiny pool. I will force a player update, which means that on your individual character sheets you should now see a Destiny pool up the top.
Yeah, we can't edit
Yeah, we
anyway,
need to hit sync pool with GM.
Yes, sync pool with GM. You guys cannot edit those numbers, only I can do that. You can click the use light side button to actually use one of your light side destiny points, turn it to a dark side point, and enact.
Yeah, don't do
your
that as
destiny.
a test.
No,
It'll be
don't
gone.
do that as a test. Alright. Cool. Excellent. Good. Right, so that's our destiny pool that we start off with. As you guys use one, it becomes available to me and vice versa. Don't be afraid to use them. You can either use them sparingly if you want to, or kind of go a bit ham with them, but just remember that every time you use one, it then unlocks it for my use afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, obligation time. So I've created a little obligation table. We're going to roll a D100 in order to determine whether or not you guys have an obligation in this game.
Now roll 1d100, not 100 d1s.
Alright, so 94, you guys are safe from the effects of your obligations for this session.
It's easy, you know. It's very easy. No Gant looking for other Gant.
Fair enough. Okie dokie then, so you have an Imperial inspection team approaching the spaceship. Where are you guys and what are you currently doing as they're making their way across?
I would most likely be out of sight, actually. Given that it's an Imperial officer, I don't think they would actually take kindly to seeing a functioning battle droid from the old times, so I'm probably in the cargo hold in my folded up position to conceal myself.
I'll be standing out the front giving a double thumbs up as they come up towards.
I'd probably be. You said the engine's blown or something? The engine was damaged in the.
Yeah, the hyperdrive
Coming up.
motivator is damaged. You currently don't know what the extent of the damage is to your hyperdrive.
I would.
Just that you heard
most certainly be
a very
checking
big clunky noise coming from it as you exited hyperspace. Alright,
Yeah, I'd be checking that out.
Yep, alright, what about R2 Gand? Where are they currently located?
I guess that leaves Eslok unpacking the cargo.
Zaton will go with Captain just to make sure, he may have taken something on the road in.
Alright, excellent. So you guys are all currently about your business. And this human male, very clearly Imperial customs inspector, he's wearing a crisp Imperial uniform, about mid-40s, a little bit of stubble on his face, marches up towards the ship and calls out, "Which one of you creatures thinks you are captain of this ship?"
They tell me that's what I am.
What's your cargo?
We got some water, man. You want to buy some water?
I don't want to buy anything from you, I'm just making sure that you're not carrying illegal cargo.
I'll give you a good deal.
I don't need a deal. Now move out of the way as I inspect your ship. Menzo, Jorna, with me. So he motions to his two cronies that are following. Big, beefy, dumb-looking guys wearing spaceport security gear, carrying blaster pistols at their hips. They start pushing past the captain of the ship towards the docking ramp.
Do you two guys want to buy some water?
They just ignore you and keep walking towards the ramp. Alright, does anybody want to do anything, or are they're boarding this ship?
You gentlemen, long day, work out in the sun on the ship. You want to have a look around. Is there anything we can help you find? We have some water in the kitchen too, nice and cold.
Just stay out of the way. Alright, they start walking up the ramp and kind of just ignoring now the other calls that are being made towards them. Alright, they are now currently inside the ship. Damn it, freeze. They're currently inside the ship, and they start rooting around in the cargo hold, and the customs agent, Harko, is making his way towards the area that contains the hidden smuggling compartments that you guys have, and he's starting to look around in that general vicinity.
Okay. We do have a smuggling compartment, right?
Yes, and that adds +2 to the difficulty of any check used to find it.
Can I just I feel like Zarton would just keep up like a constant stream of chatter with them, just asking about Tatooine and asking about how the Empire's going and all of that. Just sort of chatting along just to keep them a little bit distracted.
Mm.
So I'd like to, I guess, charm them in some way, just as a sort of like a. Just keep the chatter going, probably as charm, which I'm really bad at. But
A distraction check.
basically to distract them.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to set the difficulty for that to be slightly higher than average because this guy is focused on his job. So it's going to be... actually, no, we'll not. We'll go 2 difficulty with a setback because he's pretty intent. So
Okay.
Yeah, so 2 difficulty with 1 setback in there. It should be set, so feel free to roll.
Just remember to click away.
Yeah, he's not trying to actively distract them, but he is trying to just steal some of their focus.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, that did not work because I
No, so that's a failure.
disregard the force die.
Yeah, disregard the force die. All right, failure, but with advantage. So, you're failing to distract him from his job, but he will turn around and tell you to shut up. So he'll turn around. Can you just leave me alone?
Yes, I don't have no problems. I don't have no problem with you. And while he's doing that, I think I will spend my advantage to not necessarily like do something as obvious as kick something in the way of the smoking department, but at least drag his focus away from it.
Right, so perhaps like move across to a different part of the room or something.
Yeah, and make him sort of follow me.
Yeah, okay. That seems reasonable. Okay. So while you have done that, you've taken his focus away. He's still looking for this compartment, so I'm going to make him take a perception check now. As a result of the advantage that you have set, I'm going to add a setback die to his perception check. Right, so his perception is at 3 with a cunning of 2, so that gives him 3 dice, of which 2 are upgraded. He has a setback. The difficulty is going to be an average difficulty plus the additional from the smuggling compartments, which I believe was an additional 2 difficulty. Yep, so he's got a pretty steep difficulty curve there to try and find this thing. Alright, let's see whether he finds it. Alright, so he gets a failure and a threat. Okay. So, Agent Harko is rooting around and he fails to find the hidden panel behind which the smuggling compartment is kept. Not only that, he, in his searching, hits a button on the wall that shorts out the electricity to the room that you are currently in. So he trips some kind of circuit breaker and causes that room to go dark.
Hey, you search the ship, you don't break the ship, this is nothing, why are you here, You don't come in here to break the ship, you just come to look at the ship.
And just in the distance, you can hear angry Jawa yelling. And then just a little translator drone just floats in. It's like, Master wants to know what happened here.
The Imperial, he break the ship.
You
What,
filthy
he came into our ship and
non-humans.
broke our things?
You filthy non-humans are
Look,
up to something. I can smell it.
No, that is the ammonia from Zarton breath mask.
Shudders and pushes past and starts stomping through the rest of the ship.
That's okay, I've got him away from the thing.
Alright, what else are you going to do? You've got 3 Imperials stomping around, 2 goons and a proper inspection agent stomping around through the rest of the cargo hold.
Are they all together or are they spread up?
They're spreading out amongst the hold, so I'll go back to the schematic page for you. So they are clomping around through the main cargo section, and the inspection agent is now starting to route through the individual quarters of the people on the ship.
Okay.
Sorry, I was too busy laughing then. Where were they?
Two of them are in the main cargo areas, and the actual customs inspector is going through personal quarters at this point.
Okay. I might just go the inspector, just keeping out of sight but keeping an eye on him.
I think my droid is going to follow him around because, the Shadow Mech got a bit pissed off when they tripped the circuit breaker.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to be the guy standing in the corner, glaring at him, arms crossed.
Are you trying to stay concealed almost, or is that not something that you're... Yeah? Alright, so should we make perhaps a stealth check to see whether or not he actually notices you standing there?
Okay, yep.
Alright, so stealth check is agility. Alright, stealth check. So I'm going to say he's got quite a high perception, so we'll do it opposed. We'll say difficulty of 3.
Okay.
And
there is stealth skill. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm pretty skilled in, so...
Alright, cool. Ready? Roll it. Alright, so...
Nice.
You're successful, but there's 2 threats. So, you are managing to stay out of sight. He doesn't know precisely where you are, but he can smell the ammonia in the air. He believes it's more than can be produced by just the one Gand that is following him around, so he's a bit on edge at the moment.
Yeah, but he saw me. I was out when he entered the ship, right?
Yeah, but now that the smell is stronger than when you were when it was just the 2 of you. So the smell that he's got of Gand, essentially, is suddenly now a lot stronger, but he doesn't know where the extra smell's coming from.
He told Gan they live on ship. We try to keep clean, but you know.
Alright, I am going to spend a destiny point now for narrative reasons.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Alright, so I am using one of those. So now you guys have plenty to use back. The power comes back on in the room where the smuggling compartments were. And there is a bit of a clunk noise as the hidden panel is reset. So it hasn't opened or anything, there's no obvious things, it's just made a pretty significant noise as the power's come back on. And Harko heard it.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. What was that noise? And he starts stomping back. He is currently in the personnel cabins, so like 13, 14, 15. So he's got to trace right the way back through the ship to get back to that smuggling compartment area.
Can I get into the storage area before he gets there?
I'm going to say yes, because you can essentially come up the ramp and into the main storage area before he has worked his way back around.
Right.
But it'll be very close. Like you'll arrive just before he does.
Actually, can I short circuit the door so it just like won't open?
Alright, so you're going to attempt to short circuit the smuggling compartment door.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say that's probably a mechanics check. Alright, so we'll go on mechanics check of standard difficulty. It doesn't seem like something that's particularly difficult for someone of your skill. So it's got 2 difficulty. I will, however, add a setback for the fact that you are trying to do this very quickly to get it to close and short circuit before he gets there. I think I might also add another setback because you need to now get into a location where you can access a terminal or some other mechanical device in which to activate this short circuit, because you were following him around at that point to try and swear at him, basically.
So my droid was, but
Well, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I thought you said that you.
I
could
would
go
have
to-
still been in the No, my little droid would be following.
All right. Okay. So we'll drop that back to 1 setback die then for that. All right. Go for it. Roll your mechanics.
So just roll mechanics.
Yeah,
do
just
I?
roll mechanics. So no success, but you gain a couple of advantage. How would you like to use those advantages? So you haven't succeeded in short circuiting this thing, but you've got a couple of advantage there to spend.
What can I do with advantage?
You can do many things with advantage that is almost entirely at your discretion. You can save it for later though, like if you want to try and have another go at that particular thing, you can use it to add boost die to later checks of the same kind is one of the basic things you can do with it. Or you can try and come up with some creative way to gain some advantage out of the fact that you have not succeeded at this but not failed either.
Can I say that instead of short-circuiting the compartment, I short-circuited the door leading to the compartment?
Yeah, well you got two
So
advantage,
just a storage room door?
we'll go yes, but it's not going to stay locked for long.
Is that just one or both of my advantages?
That's both of your advantages.
No, I'll
Right,
just do
maybe-
that. Buy us some time.
Yeah, so it buys
That's
you
fine.
a reasonable amount of time. Alright, pay it forward to Freeze's roll. Yes, you can do that as well. So as Red suggested, you can then spend that advantage to make to assist someone else with a future roll as well. So
Okay, I'll still use it.
I do like your
The question is,
for
was
that.
Freeze in there before I short-circuited it?
Inside the room. No, he's just outside the door where it was. Whoa. Hello. I dropped somehow. What is this? The stable connection?
Mr. NBN has returned.
I don't get it. It's just like call ended. It didn't like say disconnect or anything. It's as if I hung up. I don't know what happened. All right, we're back. We're back and we're good. I think maybe. You guys can all
Still
hear me?
okay and
Yeah? All right.
everything.
All
Yeah,
right. So
still
Freeze
okay.
did rock up before Agent Harko, but he is safely outside of that small section. And the two goons are still clomping around in the main cargo bay and making it far messier than it needs to be.
Why, you put things off the shelf, you know? I would lift them off the shelf for you, you know? They're fragile. Zaton, keep a tidy ship.
Are you going to hear angry Jawa yelling again?
If you want.
And then the droid will ask everyone to keep it down if they can.
All right, what's going on? Because he is getting close to Freeze now and is gonna start demanding that this door gets opened.
I deliberately start venting ammonia into the thing just to make it really unpleasant.
Okay.
I've got an idea as well.
I'm not trying to knock him out. I'm just trying to like give a headache.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you
I'm gonna make it so you don't need a check for that. That's like a bodily function, and it's not under duress or anything there. So you're basically fighting on him.
I'm just gonna fiddle like. I'm sure he can like just out of his mask a bit.
All right. Now, as anyone who has ever copped a whiff of concentrated ammonia knows, this stuff is noxious as hell to humans. So he's starting to feel just a little bit lightheaded now, but he's still clomping his way towards there, and he rocks up in front of the Celestin outside this locked compartment area.
Okay.
I need to get through this door. Get out of my way and open this door now.
Okay.
I mean, like,
Before he
trying, man.
can force his way out,
I'm going to say, when he says that, angry Jawa yelling again, and then my droid translates it into, when you trip this circuit breaker, you broke the door.
If you don't open this door immediately, I'll sight the lot of you. You'll have to be hauled off to the nearest prison compound.
Right,
I've had it with you non-humans.
As I said, my plan was exactly the same as Red, so I'm going to contribute by doing whatever the Sullivan equivalent of dropping what your guts is.
We're just trying to gas him at the moment.
Alright, so basically, you fart. It doesn't really do a whole lot. It adds a little bit to the bad smell, but it's not really affecting him in any particular way apart from making him a bit more pissed off. So, you filthy non-humans. That's it. Boys, grab him.
I've got. So, can I
That's on.
be? I was going to say, if I duck down the ramp while they're gathered in the cargo area, and basically use the hover sled to slam into the wall by the security booth as a distraction.
Okay, so while most of this was going on, you snuck off the ship. And
Yeah.
okay. So, there's a large noise from outside the ship. What was that? So you've crashed this hover sled into the wall. Nobody inside the ship knows what you've done at this point. They just hear a loud crash from outside. And one of the two goons that the Imperials have brought onto the ship, Menzo, is in his haste to leave the cargo hold, he is going to trip over Techie, who has been hunched up in a corner. Boss, we got a battle droid in here.
Okay, we come clean. Zaton and other people on ship. We smuggle for we bring for collector. You may hear him. He name here Hut. We bring the droid for him collection. It is no operation. Zaton use his words. A non-functional droid, but collector's item.
You work for the Huts.
We bring collector item. It's we maybe not put on the form when we get here, but we happy to pay a small honorarium to get it through.
Menzo, Jorno, go find out what that noise was. Go on.
Well, we just bring droid for collector. It's non-functional, and I go over and like bang the top of it to no response. I'm sure.
All right.
I'm like tempted to say ow, but no.
Okay. So the two guards have run outside, right?
Yeah, they're charging down the ramp at the moment to find out what the noise is.
Right. So while he's arguing with Red, I'm going to hit him across the back of the head with my blackjack.
As in the customs agent.
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to be a it's going to have to be a melee roll, I guess, because you're using a weapon there. Right, where are we at? It's not really combat, so we don't need to go into the combat rules per se.
Can I actually? Where is this guy in relation to me? Is he right in front of me?
He is sort of just outside the cargo hold area, so in area 6 on that schematic, but close to the door into 11. While you are in 11 with Red, and Freezer's just come up behind him.
Okay, so he's not in grabbing distance of me.
Not in grabbing distance of you, no.
That's a shame.
Okay, so Freezer's going to clock him on the back of the head. Let's see if we can knock him out. So, he's a pretty stocky dude. We're going to go...
But he didn't see me coming, so...
No, he didn't see you coming, so... to knock him out cold, we're going to go 3 difficulty. I will give you a boost die, though, because you have sort of surprise on him. I don't think we need any particular setbacks at the moment. So, alright. Roll away with your melee skill.
So combat skill melee?
Yep.
Sure hope yours is good.
Failure with 2 threat.
Oh, God.
Yes!
Okay.
We're all going to get shot, aren't we?
It's entirely possible at this point. Alright, so...
Hey, we could have thrown into the sun and it would have been a lot quicker, but no.
So...
Useless bags.
Drogue has come up behind Harko with his blackjack and has attempted to club him over the back of the head. Now, he's kind of forgotten at the moment that Slustons are actually shorter than humans. So he's completely missed the head. He's clipped him across, like, sort of the back of this guy, slightly above the backside. And he's misjudged how much force he needs to hit him with, so it's just kind of slapped him on the butt with his blackjack. And yeah, the Imperial is not happy at all. He turns around and starts drawing his blaster pistol.
Hey, man, I just want to touch, eh? You see a nice-looking butt like that, and
I'm going to cold cock him.
Okay. Alright, so I think we're starting to get into actual combat with this guy now.
Yeah,
Because-
the
yeah.
moment that
Yeah,
it's really getting into trouble, I'm gonna unfold and then get ready.
Alright, okay, so here's the
I assume
situation
the
as it
droid-
stands at the start of this combat. You've got the two goons have reached the bottom of the ramp. You've got Ezlock outside over by the hover sled, where he's just crashed it into the walls. You have...
before we get into combat, can I just try and convince him I was just trying to smack him on the butt?
No, you can do that as part of your maneuvers or actions in combat, which may then prevent the combat from continuing. But we're going to establish it as the start of combat, essentially, at this point. We have our little
we don't
Jawa
want to
buddy.
kill him.
No, we have our
That
little
would be
Jawa
difficult to
buddy
explain.
in the engine room area of the ship. Working away, not entirely sure what's going on at this point. Red has witnessed the whole thing and is in short range, and Techie is hunched up still, offline, also within short range of this guy. Freeze, you're still holding your blackjack, and altogether too close for your comfort. Alright, now, starting combat. Where were my crib notes on combat? Because there is an order to this thing. The first thing we need to do, I believe, is roll for initiative.
I think it's unexpected, so I'm going to roll vigilance.
Okay. What does that one do? You'll have to tell me these things. Because I have
Vigilance is one of the vigilance is one of the two initiative skills. So you roll cool if you're prepared, or vigilance if unexpected.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. I thought you meant that you had a talent or something that you were going to activate.
No.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, for rolling initiative, you guys are going to have to roll your various different either cool or vigilance. Basically, cool is for when you're prepared, so you're calm, collected, and aware of what's going on. Vigilance is when things have caught you unaware and you're not entirely sure what's going on, but you're getting ready to fight anyway. We roll a simple check, so that means there are no difficulty die in this check whatsoever. You roll it, the NPCs roll it for theirs, then that determines the order of player character and then non-player character slots, essentially. You can then decide who you would like to take up those slots that has not used their particular go this turn. So it might be that Red rolls the highest thing, but you might decide that Freeze wants to go first as a group.
Yep.
So basically you're rolling for jostling positions in those things without necessarily...
What am I rolling? Is it vigilance? Where am I rolling,
vigilance
or
if you're unprepared, or cool if you are prepared.
Ignore the second roll. I accidentally
I
double
would
clicked.
say, I'm gonna say, like, KGT would be rolling cool because he thought these meat bags would fuck it up anyway.
Alright, so hang on, let me just...
Oh wait, do I
work out-
lose a point if it's not class skill? How do class skills work? Or career skill?
Oh, that just...
No, that just means you can take them
determines
for
the XP.
cheaper.
Yeah, it's just the XP cost for those things. Alright, let me check. Zoltan's 2. And which one of yours was the correct one? The first one, Freeze? Or
Yeah, so whatever rolled first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was 2 successes. Alright, now I will roll for the guys outside and the Imperial Customs agent. So he has a vigilance of 2. So that's for him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Oh, good.
That's higher than all of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's like the best roll you can get.
Alright, and
Yeah,
my
so
2 spaceport security details have no vigilance skill listed. Or cool
yeah,
skill
so
listed, so
basically successes
So
are
it's-
ones
so
and
it's a standard
advantages
of
are
one
like
for
point
each of them,
ones.
isn't it? If there's no vigilance or
It's
cool.
it's no, it's whatever the
governing
thing
one.
should be.
That's right.
Should
Sorry,
be
so
willed.
I misrolled for Harko then. So he's got a vigilance of
Yeah.
2, and yeah, vigilance is willpower, and he's got a willpower of 3. So I should have really done this. This is just getting better.
Oh
So
my
his
god.
should have been this. Ooh,
Oh
actually
my
better
God.
for you guys. Better for you
That's
guys.
actually
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
That's 1.5.
So 1 with 5 advantage. Jesus. Alright, and for the mooks, they have willpower of 2 with no upgrades for it. So these guys get that one and that one.
They both copied me.
So they're all acting at the same time. really.
No, we then use advantage to determine which order
Yeah,
they go in from
yeah,
there,
but
potentially,
in the same order, more or less.
yeah, essentially. Okay, so from what I can see, you've got a player character first and a player character second, thanks to Freeze and Red. Then we're going to go NPC. What were the advantages for there? 2, and none. Okay, so we will then go a player character, an NPC, and then the remaining 2 player character slots.
Okay. So I think maybe myself and Techie should go first and try and like take this officer down, or talk him down.
If you're gonna talk him down, I don't suggest me being in it.
Alright, so
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the
not-
order that
I'm-
they
I feel like I'm the one who should just try and talk my way out of it because since I'm the one who whacked them on the butt.
Yeah, alright, so that's the order of things.
Yeah.
2 PCs,
Yeah.
an NPC, a PC, 2 NPCs.
All right, let's let freeze first, and then me second.
You can decide your order afterwards as well. You don't have to like describe the whole order. You could go like find the results of the first thing and then decide who you want to go second from there.
Okay.
All right. Now,
Yeah,
in
it's pretty
terms
dynamic.
of the way that combat works, there are 3 things that you can do each time it is your turn. You can do incidentals, which are minor things that take no time or effort. There's no limit to those things unless I start vetoing it because you start getting a bit crazy with it. But that's things like you might drop something, or you might remember something, or observe something. So things that take very, very little time or effort. You can then do 1 maneuver per turn. These are things that don't require a skill check, but do require some time or effort involved. So that might be aiming a weapon, it might be moving from one place to another, so you might be wanting to close range between yourself and a target, and that would cost a maneuver. You get 1 of those per turn. However, you can take a second maneuver by spending 2 points of strain. No matter what you do, you cannot take more than 2 maneuvers per turn. So anyone that is wanting to do a second maneuver, so that's things that require time and effort but no skill check, may take a second maneuver for 2 points of strain. You also get 1 action per turn, unless you have a talent or something that lets you do something else, but that's highly unlikely at this point. Things that you can do as an action. You can exchange your action for a second maneuver. If you have already spent strain to take another maneuver, you cannot do this because you can only have 2 maneuvers per turn. You can activate one of your abilities, so via your talents. You can use a force power if you have those. You can perform something that requires a skill check, or you can take a combat check, which is using your relevant combat skill to inflict damage upon an enemy. So, Drogue, would you like to describe any incidentals you might be using as part of your turn?
I'm just going to try and talk my way out of it.
Alright, so, but that seems like you could say drop the blackjack that's in your hand if you wanted to do that sort of thing.
No, I'm going to keep hold of it.
Alright, any maneuvers, like, are you going to, like, step a little bit closer to him, or are you going to, prepare yourself, or anything maneuver-wise? No?
But
Alright, straight into straight into the action then. So you're going to try and talk your way out of this.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm thinking that out of the available skills, Charm's probably not going to cut it at this point. Coercion, you just slapped him on the butt. You're not really in a position to coerce him to do anything. I'm thinking out of the ones available, negotiations quite possibly the most useful
Could
there.
it be deception? Seeing he did one thing and he's trying to cover it up with something else.
Potentially,
That makes more
but I
sense.
think it's pretty hard at this point to deceive the fact that he has been slapped across the backside.
I'm not trying to hide the fact that I'm possibly hit him on
Yeah.
the butt. I'm just trying to hide the reason why I did.
Alright, I'll allow deception.
Oh god.
Alright, so
I
we're
mean,
going to go...
I'm better with the other ones.
Are you gonna come on? Are you gonna come onto him?
Yeah.
So we've... Alright, we've got a deception roll. Difficulty...
Wouldn't charm might even work better.
Well, alright, what are you trying to do to him? You're trying to crack onto him, are you?
What are you saying to him?
basically.
Okay, alright, so... Alright, we'll go Charm.
I think charm would fit best. What
Alright,
I'm
we'll
trying to do.
allow Charm. I'm going to set average difficulty, because it's a charm thing. There's nothing particularly costing that. But I will start adding setback dice to this. You're getting a setback because you just whacked him across the butt. You're also getting a setback because he hates non-humans. He's a racist Imperial. He's already made that very clear that he does not enjoy spending any time with you creatures.
Why didn't you let me try and fucking bribe him?
Because that would have been too easy.
I'm contemplating whether to use a destiny point here as well.
Because that would have
That's
been
more
the
interesting.
rational solution. That would have made sense to do.
Yeah, I think I might spend one more destiny point here to upgrade one of those difficulty die to a red die.
Now, can I spend destiny points as well?
You can spend one destiny point at this point in time.
I'm going to do that.
Okay, now where did I have my
You
note on that
serious?
for what you get to do there?
He gets to upgrade a die.
Yeah, there was a couple of different ways you could do it. So, you can upgrade your die pool by one, so you can change one green into one yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much all you can do for this one, is to upgrade your die
Alright.
pool at this point.
How do I do that from my end?
Now, if you go into your like dice pool area, there should be a button
Yeah.
in between the destiny pool that says "You light side." If you click on that, it should force a change.
Use light side.
Yep, that's
Yep,
done.
there we go.
Excellent. Cool. Okay, so make your roll. I've set the difficulty things.
I've also put in like the upgrade.
I have done the upgrade stuff for me, but if Freezer's rolling after he's done an upgrade, if you click where it's got upgrade 0 and change that to a 1, that'll automatically upgrade one of the dice for you.
Well,
From a
where's
green to
that?
a yellow. So
Under
Your
the
dice
dice
pool
pool at the
section
top.
under.
might be under me. I'm going to do that. On my one, you're all good. Okay, so that should
Alright, so I
upgrade
just go?
one. Yeah, it should upgrade one of your greens to a yellow automatically.
Okay.
Roll charm. Yeah, so it's upgraded.
Oh, you got it.
Hello!
Oh, right then. Okay, this is interesting.
You actually got it.
Okay. Okay, so you've succeeded, but there's quite a lot of threat here. Alright, well, start
So
off.
I'm just gonna
start
crack,
off.
as soon as I crack him across the butt, I'm just gonna look at him and just go, oh man, tight. Let him go.
Oh god. What on earth are you doing?
I just saw you sitting there, and that uniform's real tight, man.
Ugh. And he just shudders. Completely and utterly shudders. He's gonna holster his pistol. So you've succeeded in charming him from not attacking you. Yeah. Okay, with some of this threat, he is now really quite aggravated and disgusted. He's had enough of dealing with your shit, basically. So he wants to call in backup to help him deal with you guys, basically. Like, he's had enough. He wants a full inspection team to come in and take this place from top to bottom. So he is going to pull out his comlink and basically say, we're going to have to call this in, we're going to need a full inspection. Get out of my way. And he starts trying to push past you towards the exit ramp. Alright, so combat's over at this point, unless you guys reinitiate it somehow.
I'm sure they'll find a way.
I'm tempted to crack him across the back of the head as he starts to walk away.
No, he's made the call in now.
No, he hasn't yet made the call in, but he's about to.
Wait. He has had a very long flight. You talk to Zarton. Zarton, it's very hot here. It's going to be a long day in the sunlight. You've got other things to do. You're a very important man. What if we, we just pay a small docking fine?
Alright, I am going to use some of that threat that was generated previously by Drogue to increase the price of the bribe that you need to pay this guy. So he is amenable to a bribe. Go on. So outline what you think an opening offer might be.
What if, look, they had to be very unhappy, but what if you take the battle droid?
Oh, you did not.
I have no use for it, droid. I need credits.
Oh, but it'd be good talking point, You put it in your lounge, the lady folk come over, and you say, look, you battle droid.
It's illegal cargo. What am I going to do with it? I can't move that stuff. Credits. Now.
I've got like 100 on me.
I've got literally 0.
Yeah.
And weren't we supposed to roll some pocket scratch right at the start?
No, not yet, because you haven't sold any of your gear. You've just turned up with the amount of money that you had left on you. You're kind of desperate to deliver this spice for the huts to get your money.
Well, I guess I offer 100 credits. That's all I got. We come here. The shipment is not paid off yet. They all held up in escrow and in contracts. But and I try and slip him 100 credits.
He will take the 100 credits, and he's going to demand half of the water and medicine that you brought as well, that you have started unloading.
Hey, it's very hot day. You deserve a good drink, and you don't want to get sick.
I'm taking half of the goods.
And you're not going to take half the battle droid, are you?
I don't want the droid.
Okay. You take a crate of the medicine.
Curses.
Alright, so he's started leaving the ship, and he's about to direct his boys to grab a crate and leave. They've stomped down the ramp, and as they're getting ready to grab their crate, they can see what Esloc's done in the distance. He has crashed the hover sled into the wall of the docking bay. What the hell has happened here? And you're at far enough distance that you can't necessarily explain yourself at this point, and he just buries his face in his hands and directs his boys to grab another crate as well. They're taking 2 crates at this point because you guys have screwed up this docking bay quite significantly.
Good work, Nova. You ruined everything.
Alrighty, so you're going to just let them walk away with 2 crates and call it a day?
Oh, this isn't GAN technology.
As tempting as it is to get the ship's weapons online, no, probably shouldn't.
Once they walk away to the ship, I turn to Sandy Drogue and go, "You owe me 100 credits. This is your fault."
I
Just
have death sticks, man. You want a death stick?
you want to buy a death
No,
stick?
no, death stick. It's death stick that got you in this mess. We almost give away the droid.
I'm thinking
Oh,
now might
man,
be a
I
good
think-
time for that droid to wake up, to be honest.
You're lucky they didn't find the spice.
We have spice.
Don't argue too loudly.
It was like, are they gone yet? I was like, I wonder, like, if he says about waking the droid, like,
You make the droid. You make the droid. Zarton be scrubbing blood out of the cargo bay for weeks. Weeks. And you know what? You know what blood gonna smell like in the Tatooine sun?
You seem stressed, man. You want a death stick?
You know what happen if I can't take a death stick?
All right, I'm going
Nothing.
to
Me
interject
neither. Me neither.
momentarily.
Can't it's
here.
not.
I'm going to
Zarton is not
force.
keen
Maybe
to
we
find
should
out what happen if I
try.
can't take a death stick.
All right, I'm going to force the three of you to make a perception check. So, Red, Techie, and Freeze, we're going to go an average perception check, please.
sure, 1 second. Oh, man,
Have
my
you said
perception's
it?
terrible.
Set it on your side, Cracks.
Yep.
I got absolutely nothing.
Neutral.
Bam!
Jesus.
Okay.
I'm a hunter.
You notice that there's a Twi'lek on your ship now.
You're not part of the crew.
She is leaning up against one of the bulkheads in a corridor that is adjacent to the room that you guys are in. So she's like just outside of the room, leaning up against a wall. And with her is an R3 unit.
Hey,
So-
lady, you want a death stick?
Well, no one else can see her, but,
Well, you guys can see her now. If like no one had made the perception check, then that would have been awkward. But all right.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Nice
we've
big
got
shadow.
one threat from one of you, one advantage. We're gonna actually no, that advantage was cancelled.
Isn't that 2 threats?
Right, yeah, there's two threats. So she has a blaster pistol drawn, but not aimed. So she's just keeping it by her side next to the holster, but it's in her hand.
Where the fuck is Eslock? And like, how did it get past?
Yeah, he's crashed. He was too busy crashing the hover sled.
I'm still outside.
Yeah, still outside, but making your way back.
Sorry,
I'm
Marty.
assuming.
He's like in the
cleaning
rubble
it
just
up.
going, help me!
Yeah, so you've got an R3 astromech droid. It's sort of yellow and white with a clear dome next to this striking but not necessarily attractive female Twi'lek. She's green, wearing sort of rough clothing. Her leku are bound with various bits of leather, strips essentially, down them. And you notice that there's a thermal detonator sitting on her belt as well.
Can Zarton help you?
I believe you have something in
This
mind.
is. It's not a droid.
No. The Hutts wants what theirs.
If you got the payment,
Have you got the spice?
well, I think you should show us the money, and then we talk about the spice. You do realize we just have Imperial on the ship.
These are the Hutts that you're dealing with.
Yeah, we know. We just think we should get a little bit of clearance before we start. Before we get the spice out.
I'm going to make you make a skill check, actually, to see whether you get the money first or not. Negotiation. Let's go negotiation.
Okay. I'm gonna flip a light side point.
You're going to flip a light side point and upgrade one of your things.
Yep.
Alright, now I just have to remind myself where her stats are. Alright, she's got a negotiation skill of 2, so I think we'll make this an opposed skill check, where you are rolling against her negotiation skill of 2, so yeah, there we go. Alright, should be set and ready to go.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh, wait, what, didn't you upgrade?
Yeah, I don't know what just happened there.
Oh, I forgot to set the
Did you
upgrade.
click
There we
away
go.
from
Try it again.
after you're setting it?
Where are
I
we?
forgot to hit
I've
the
lost
upgrade
it.
button. There we go.
Well, we lost a threat, I guess.
Alright, so... Alright, you haven't convinced her quite clearly. And she's visibly losing patience. She's tapping her foot on the floor. Her leku are twitching.
Guys, I don't want to deal with the huts. Yeah, let me go get the thing.
No. Let me go get it, man. I know where it is. I'll go get it.
You stay right there.
No, let me get it.
The door's still locked.
I call for the Shadow Mech and tell him to come and restrain the captain.
Episode 1, there's a mutiny.
The
Right,
door
you
to
probably get me to try
the
to-
door to the spice container is locked still from when the Shadow Mech was playing around before.
I assume I can just unlock it from where I am. I locked it from here.
Yeah,
Would it
we're
actually
gonna go
require
a
repairs?
mechanics check with 1. You still had some of that advantage from before, I think, didn't you?
I think so.
So
I used A advantage.
Yeah, so I will add a boost die to your roll. Alright, you should be good.
Okay, mechanics.
Yep. Resounding
Nice.
success with a lot of advantage. So this door just pops straight open.
And you fix the entire ship while you're at it.
No, you have managed to reroute the power to that particular room. So the problem that caused it to short circuit before when Hako was tooling around in there, that has now resolved itself. So the smuggling compartments will no longer short circuit.
Okay, as soon as the door pops open, I dart straight in.
Alright, Techie, what are you doing at this point? Because you haven't been involved too much yet.
Yeah, I haven't been involved too much yet, but I would have noticed that the Imperial troops are gone, so therefore the coast is more clear. I would actually unfold and join in. So basically, I would just see what all the fuss is about with what the hell these bloody meat bags are arguing about right now.
Alright, so you come clomping out of the cargo hold and into the main area. One of those threat that we generated with the perception roll, the Twi'lek's going to freak a little bit to see a battle droid stepping out of the cargo hold, and she's going to whip her pistol up in your direction.
Hi.
What have you guys got? What's this thing doing?
Just wondering about.
Is it safe? Droid, are you safe?
Statement, I am unarmed.
R3, check him out. The astromech droid sort of rolls up to you and bumps into your leg. And then starts
Ow.
blooping and whistling. Okay. The Twi'lek lowers her pistol, but is still a little bit jumpy. Have you guys got the glitter stim that we need?
I'm getting it, but I'm going to try and palm some of it off as I'm giving it to her.
That's gonna need a skill check for sure.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm thinking
Stealth,
that,
I'm assuming.
no, I'm gonna go deception.
But I'm trying to do it stealthily, not deceive her.
Well, you're deceiving her by palming it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it unnoticed while I'm in the...
I'd
in the
argue
room.
that stealth is probably more for trying to conceal yourself or do things without being.
Deception's trying to deceive someone, like talking in that. Stealth's trying to do something without being noticed.
If you're trying to pickpocket something, it's skullduggery.
Skullduggery, even, yeah. Ooh, yeah, sleight of hand, securing things to skull. Yeah, so we'll go skullduggery actually.
Brad, you just fucked it.
We'll go, but what we'll do is
Heck,
alright,
mate.
So we'll go standard sort of average difficulty skill check. It's 2, but I'll give you a boost die because you are in a slightly concealed area, so it's less likely she's going to notice.
And she's freaking out about the droid at the moment.
Yeah, so go for it. Actually, no, we'll give you a second boost die because she's freaking out about the droid.
What's he trying to? What are you trying to conceal?
Some of the glitter
I'm
stim.
stealing.
He's
I'm
stealing.
palming some of the jugs off.
It's all in crates.
Yeah, and I'm getting some out of them.
All right, roll it.
He's definitely going to get us killed within a few episodes here.
Oh, he so is. Success with no threat or advantage. So, you managed to conceal a small amount of glitter stem, like, say, 200 credits worth of glitter stem.
Alright, I just hand it back to her. Here's.
So you hand the closed crate back to her.
Clunk.
She checks to make sure that the container is still sealed, which you have managed to seal back up as part of your success. So she doesn't bother checking the actual contents of it. She attaches it by a small cable to the back of the R3 droid, and it starts sort of wheeling off through the ship with this crate of glitter stem. I have another job for you boys.
I'm going to say that I'm walking
Yeah,
back
then
up
listen-
the ramp, but I'm just going to say what job.
Yeah, so you're now back on the ship.
I've cleaned up my mess.
Alright. We need someone found.
I suppose Zarton's going to put his hand up for that.
Alright, so while she's talking, she's transferred the credits to sort of like a holding account that you've got as a group for the ship's use. So that'll have to be divided up amongst you later. We'll sort that in the post-game. Oh, God. Right, so she's transferring that off her datapad while she's talking. You're breaking up there, Red?
Her before.
Pardon?
Fuck's sake. Have we interacted with this person before?
Not
Like, do we
directly.
know her?
You know her by reputation. She's your contact. Her name is Shadow, as far as you're aware. Well, I suppose you can make a knowledge check to see how much you actually have heard about her. If anybody would like to make a check like that.
What would that be? Knowledge outer
knowledge
rim or
the world?
underworld?
I'd say probably Underworld, yeah. Because
I guess I'll make a roll.
she is an Underworld character. Hang on, let me just adjust the dice pool. Standard
Right,
2,
can you
no
clear your
boost.
dice?
We'll go one boost die because she's your contact with the Huts, so go for it.
Cool.
Yay.
Alright, success
Yay.
with advantage. Okay. So you know a little bit about her. She is a black marketeer. She deals in all kinds of illegal trade. So she is to take your spice and deliver it to the Huts, basically. She is a fence of various kinds, and she can get you whatever you want or whatever you need at a price. In addition, with the advantage, I will give you her real name is Lintar. Yeah, there we go. Okay, new job. We need someone found. 50,000 credits on delivery.
Who's the
I'm
target?
just writing some notes.
Given that just so you're aware, the glitter stem crate was worth 5,000 credits that you had, and that it was like a full crate of this hyper illegal stuff, so not a bad price at this point.
That thinks that is someone who don't want to be found.
Too many questions.
Who's the target?
You want this person found?
The target is a child. And
A
his
child?
handler.
Is this a... Look, kids, you know, if kid and take him like that.
I didn't quite hear that last sentence.
At least not for at least not with that premium on top. You know, we're not gonna take a child if a child.
50,000 credits. Say yes or I walk away.
The job's a job, Zarton.
What if you know what they did, child? something.
Job's
Yes
a job.
or no?
50,000 credits.
Yeah, given that we to meet things where there, I suppose we have no choice. Who's the client? We need to know, what sort of threat we're looking at here.
I'm the client.
Yes, your
Your child?
child?
That is none of your concern.
Yeah, tell us, you said it's what do you mean a handler?
There's a Twi'lek child, and there is a Zeltron with this child.
A what?
Zeltron. They are basically very, very pink and fully into pleasure.
Oh, God.
Yeah, basically like if Freeze belonged in Star Wars universe.
Boom.
No, they're basically sort of pink / red skinned. Other than that, they look almost the same as humans. Their planet is almost like a leisure resort for a lot of races. Live to about 80 years. They produce sort of pheromones that are quite powerful. You see them a lot as exotic dancers like Twi'lek.
Mm-hmm.
If you've read the what was the comic series that had Cade Skywalker in it, the one set way later on.
Legacy.
Yeah, his girlfriend in that, Delia Blue, she was a Zeltron. So, Twi'lek child and a Zeltron.
Well, we're talking on this planet. We're talking on another planet.
They were last seen on Nar Shaddaa.
On Nar Shaddaa, you want us to find one child and a friend on Nar Shaddaa.
Yes.
Anything else to go? Yeah, I say I should. Yeah.
I think we've lost you. Red, hello. Hello.
Still here.
There we go. So my quality in that Skype call has dropped drastically. I'm going to hang up and then rejoin it quickly. Hang on a sec. Go away. And I'm back.
There he goes.
Hello, other people. Are there other people here?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. Hi.
Yes.
All right, excellent, good. All right, we're back. So Nar Shaddaa was where we got to, and you're wondering how you're going to find one child.
You
on
want-
Nar Shaddaa. We have
You got any?
we have a contact. Reload.
Shaddaa looking for.
There's a Rodian owns a bar. He's worked for Jabba before. Go find Relo Baruch.
That is.
No, I've lost Red, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a little bit of video just appeared.
I've heard barely anything he said.
Yeah, it's been breaking up pretty nasty.
His 4G has failed him.
Yeah. Yup. Bye, Red.
He's coming back, right?
He better be.
A video.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, we got you.
Hi.
Excellent. Alright.
Has Red got us?
Has Red got us?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Hooray!
Alright. So contact is Relo Baruch, a Rodian who has worked for Jabba. He owns a bar in Nar Shaddaa. Anyone and everyone else, feel free to join in this conversation.
Yeah, say, dead or alive?
Alive. At all costs.
That'll cost you extra.
Meatbags always make this difficult.
Money on delivery. Unharmed.
Both of them, or just the child?
Both if possible. The child is your priority.
$50,000 is nothing to sneeze at, or whatever it is GANs do that approximates sneezing.
Plenty of credits for upgrades.
Are you in? Or are you
Before
out?
child, very
You're breaking up again, Red, sorry.
He's gone again. This is hard. This is like terrible. Like he's got like the most chatty character, and it's like breaking up the most out of all of us.
He's the face of our group, and he keeps disconnecting.
Yeah, he's typing. He's just going to type his way through it, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Where's the delivery point? Delivery point will be arranged once you have possession. And then she passes you a datapad with a secure line back to her. I can hear the furious typing. It's hilarious. It won't be long. Just long enough for me to find you and take possession. Gansai.
And he has lungs, so he can sigh.
Yes, yes.
That's just ammonia. Just ammonia comes coming out of his mask going.
We have contact on Nar Shaddaa that can assist in this matter. So basically, Nar Shaddaa. Don't need to get him off the planet necessarily.
I think I took lungs that and blowing.
This is the last time I'll ask yes or no.
I'm going to look around at everyone and give a slight nod.
This is favorable to me.
Okay.
Alright.
She passes off the
Angry Jawa's gonna
datapad.
run outside and start yelling. It's like he's just saying yes, yes, yes. Just shut up and leave the ship.
The little translator droid hovers through. Please leave. Yeah, so Shadow's going to thrust a datapad into the arms of the Shadow Mech and just walk away.
Okay. What is the data?
Just gonna sigh and
What's
hand
it
it to
got
one of the
to say?
GANs.
The datapad's got like the contact information on it. Alright.
Well, what would you need to do to sweep for tracking devices? Would that be computer?
Yeah, it'll be a computer.
Well, I may as well try. Yes, I will actually try that.
Alright,
Do
give
you
me
have any advantage or disadvantage or something?
I'm gonna go a higher difficulty check because this is a custom datapad from a black market power broker. This is gonna be quite difficult. There are 4 difficulty die on this one.
Oh boy, so I just roll normal?
Yeah, you just roll normal unless you'd like to spend a destiny point to try and upgrade one of your die or something.
Here we have.
You've currently got 4 and I've got 3 though. That gets re-rolled at the start of every session.
Oh, I may as well.
Alright, so you use that. I'll apply an upgrade. Done.
Okay, and then skills, computing.
Yep.
Computers.
Result is no success, but an advantage. That's still pretty damn good, considering it was 4 difficulty. Okay, so you try and scan the datapad, but it blocks all of your efforts. However, you do notice that it is proprietary technology that is powering the encryption on this thing.
I'll just tell that to my droid to tell everyone else.
Done.
And then I'll just sort of thrust it at the Gand, because one of the Gands, because it's kind of boring.
It's not going to blow up anytime soon, so you're ignoring it.
Lasers can't block lasers. It can't explode.
To answer, to answer Red's question, at this point it's just a normal datapad. You can't do anything particular with it, but you do notice that it is not standard. It does all the normal functions. You can turn it off. You can use it as you would any other datapad. So untrusting. She kind of did, didn't she? Alright, now, given the time and given the fact that we can't really hear Red at all, do we perhaps call this the end of the session so far? Or would anybody like to keep pressing on?
No, I'm good for...
Because I say it's like 11 o'clock for some of you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just past 11 o'clock for me.
Alright, we will wrap this up. Thank you for anyone and everybody that turned up to watch us. I know there was a couple, I think. Ross at one point. We had Fled say hi in the chat at one point. So yay, we had at least 2 people watching us. Thank you very much. We will resume at a later date. I'll keep everybody informed of that. Thank you for joining us. Alright, streaming has stopped, but still recording. Alright. I heard God, yay. Alright.
Yay!
Alright, cool. Stream has now concluded. And we are still recording for my purposes, though.
Fair enough.
Alright, so, in regards to my purposes, what I would like to say is how much monies and how much experience you have gained from this particular little session. I'm going to be working at approximately 10 experience per hour played, roughly. Just to kind of make that reasonably standard, unless there's other things that will influence the amount of experience you have particularly gained. So, given that we've gone an hour and a half, we'll go, everyone gets 15 XP.
Yep.
Alright, let me just double check your motivations to see how you may or may not have played into those. So, what have we got?
Didn't really get the chance to.
No.
Do
I think the only one that might have really got to play into motivations is possibly Freeze being a klepto. Alright, Freeze's character sheet. His motivation was greed. I think we're going to give an extra 5 experience to Freeze for being a greedy little son of a bitch.
Hooray!
Because he pocketed that glitter stem quite nicely. What else have we got? Yeah, I think that's all for the additional experience at this point, really. Cool, so 15 experience to everybody. You can expend the XP. I don't know, I'm thinking of making that, like, any experience that you're awarded at the end of a session will be either allocated at the end of that session or the beginning of the next one, so that way we're not just magically gaining abilities when the need for them arises. So, like, no stockpiling XP and then just going, oh, I spend that to gain this talent that I'm going to use right away. just to keep that a bit in check. So I'm thinking like either at the end or the beginning of each session we'll handle spending XP. So yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. In terms of spending money, of course, that's any time the situation arises you can spend that. Now, you were awarded 5,000 credits as a group for delivering the glitter stem. Little do they know they've only got 4,800 credits worth of glitter stem in the box, thanks to sneaky Celestin. Alright, so 1,000 credits was attributed to the group. We're going to split that evenly. We're just no fighting here. I'm going to just like go straight over the top of you guys and say it was an even take for each of you. So there's 5 of you, 5,000 credits, 1,000 credits each to start off with. Quite a fair chunk of money, really.
Nice.
But crime pays, right?
Yeah.
So you all have that 1,000 credits immediately for spending purposes because those were transferred by the Twi'lek. Yeah, of course, dealing with that extra 100 credits that he needs to give to you, Red, is something you're going to have to deal with. I'm giving him the 1,000 credits. You have to get the 100 credits off of him somehow. That's all on you. So that could potentially be interesting as well. Rolls brawl. Alright, so at this point we're leaving it with a busted docking bay, Imperials that shafted you guys for like 1,000 credits worth of goods, but ultimately were satisfied not to lock you all up for sexual harassment. And you're all on board the ship. The hyperdrive has not yet been fixed. And you have been tasked to go to Nar Shaddaa. You only get payment of this 50,000 credits, supposedly, on delivery of the child. It's going to be interesting.
Question, can we actually go off and sell the water and medicine that we actually brought in?
All of that was taken by the Imperials.
Oh, okay.
So they took half of it, and then when they noticed the damage that you had caused with the hover sled, they took the rest of it as well to counter that.
Yes, it's all your fault, Eslok.
Sorry, this is not GAN technology. I don't know how it works.
But you do have those credits, so you are more than welcome to, like, in the next session, go off to the marketplace or something and try and spend them while the hyperdrive's being fixed or whatever. Or you could just try limping out of there on a Class 12 hyperdrive and, like, a couple of months later, like, exhausting all your food supplies, end up at Nar Shaddaa.
Right, how much was the disruptor pistol again?
Oh, God. I can't remember where the goods are. Far out. You with the disruptor pistol is not a good plan. Somebody steal that off him, please. If you got 20,000 credits, you can get an Outlaw Tech personal stealth field. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We're not going to be there for a while.
Death sticks are
We're
only
gonna be
5
halfway
credits.
there on delivery of a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's 10,000 apiece.
Yeah, assuming you get the money. Assuming you
I think
get
it's
the child.
6,000 to get a jetpack. So.
Yeah, death sticks are only 5 credits each. That's a plus, right? Where was...
Invisibility cloak, a jetpack, and a disruptor pistol. That's my aim.
You can you? Well, how much do you need? So it was 6,000. You said for a jetpack. What was the other things? The disruptor pistol.
And then the invisibility cloak.
Oh, so yeah. Oh god, this is going to turn out really messy. All right, where's the disruptor pistol cost? Disruptor pistol is only 3,000 credits actually.
Oh, nearly there.
That's only 5. I think it's 5? Yeah, that's only 5. Alright.
What does the disruptor
like
pistol
Red's
do in
hitting the nail
terms
on
of
the head.
mechanics? All right.
Yeah, correct. Okay.
Whenever a
Should have put
victim
in
is
for free to get a jetpack.
Whenever a victim is hit by a disruptor, any critical hit results in a crippled unless it would result in something even more grievous. So it automatically cripples people if you get a crit. That's interesting. That's about all it does. It's actually not really that great.
How do you get a crit?
It's from various mechanics. So you might have a modification on the weapon that allows you to spend advantage in order to get a crit. There were some other rules for how you get a crit. I think it's mainly from getting triumphs in combat. Let's find out. Where's my combat sheets? Okay. Alright. You can spend advantage up to the critical rating of a weapon in order to trigger a critical injury from that. So, like, if a weapon has a crit rating of 3, you could spend 3 advantage in order for it to trigger the critical injury. Or a triumph. If you get a triumph on a roll, then you can automatically spend that into a crit. So, for example, a disruptor pistol has a crit rating of only 2, so you could spend 2 advantage in order to trigger a critical injury, which is automatically crippled unless it's something worse on the roll. Happy days.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah, cool. So that's the state of things. You have some extra spending money. Your ship is still damaged. You have been tasked to meet up with someone at a bar owned by Relo Baruch on Nar Shaddaa, looking for a Twi'lek child and a Zeltron that is with this child.
I wonder what the connection is.
Wonder what the connection between what is.
Shadow and the child and the Zeltron, child and Zeltron and the bar owner.
That's something you're going to have to work out.
I suppose Red thinks he can just magic the answer out of the air.
You never know.
I'm waiting for a furiously typed response.
Freeze is not allowed to buy an invisibility cloak. If he gets a jetpack, he's going to try and fly to the sun. He should get.
Alright, I just spent my points.
Okay, yeah. So if you would like to spend your experience now, feel free to do so. If you'd rather wait and spend it at the start of the next session, that is also acceptable. Or you can just hang on to it for later and stockpile it for a little bit and gain a few abilities at once later down the track.
Want us to let you know what we got as well, or?
Yeah, might as well just let me know so I have a vague idea, but
Okay.
most of this stuff is for you guys to keep track of, and I can always
Yeah.
just go through your character sheets later on and change everything.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Well, it's Vigilance 1 and Range Light 2, that's what I basically got.
Right, okay.
Ranks and skills
Pretty
is
much.
five times the rank, isn't it?
If it is a career skill, it's 10 per rank for non-career skills.
Right.
Or 10 times the thing, yeah. So if it's a career skill, it'll be 5 times the rank you want to purchase. If it's a non-career skill, it will be 10 times the rank that you wish to purchase, I believe.
It's
You
just
can
funny
also
with this path I've taken.
You can also spend experience to gain a new specialization as well, which would then give you a whole new set of career skills and a new set of talents that you could have access to. And I do believe those cost 10 times your total number of career specializations at that point. So if you were to take a second one, it would cost 20 points to get your second one.
Yep.
Interesting things are afoot. And yeah, even if you're trying to buy an invisibility cloak, Freeze, it may not be available to you. It is some pretty shady technology.
I know some pretty shady people.
Oh shit, didn't realize that. Okay. I really should start going into my talent tree.
Talents are good.
Basically, I can be one hell of a tank if I build this correctly.
Yeah, well, that's the idea behind the droid. Is it was supposed to be like a specialist type, and the original rules weren't the greatest, so we modified them a little bit to make you be able to dump a lot of points into certain things.
Yeah. Well, it's already I've got a lot of soak with the brawn I've got, so.
Yeah.
So basically, with the cloak, I just got 6 so total.
You can afford basic force TKs and telekinesis there, Red, or? Fair enough. It's up to you if you want to be able to push things. I think you need higher ranks to actually be able to control things and use them in combat. Otherwise, it's just manipulating things. Like, I can't remember the exact rules, but I'm pretty sure the rules were like, as you gain points in the telekinesis, it lets you then be able to move things in combat. Where are we?
I really should go down this talent tree. I gotta do that after starting from next session. I think. I just wanted to get my skills up.
That sounds like a good plan, Red.
What's a lot of stuff here is that I can actually make it harder for people to hit me as well, by spending strain later on. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you look under the force power tree move, it then describes how you're able to affect things, like increasing the magnitude, increases the number of targets affected. Strength increases the silhouette of things able to be used. Range, obviously, the range of it. Control, basically how much control you've got over it. Whether you can throw things at people, or actually finally control things. You need quite a fair bit of experience in that to get that point, I think. Withdrawal symptoms for death sticks is interesting. The use action for death sticks is kind of pretty funny as well. It just adds a setback die to everything that he does. Where are death sticks? Death sticks. Here we go. Illegal. No, really? Death sticks have a nasty result in the long run. Unless the campaign runs over the course of decades, it's not really going to make much effect. Typically halves the lifespan of most species. Short-term effects of a single dose last for one scene or combat encounter, and adds a setback die to any task the character attempts. May reduce the character's connection to the Force in certain ways at the GM's discretion. They're controlled substances, and at the very least, those under age of majority cannot purchase them. They're also completely illegal on many worlds, including those, or especially those with high health standards. So it doesn't specify any particular withdrawal symptoms, so we'll just make it up as we go, I think. Mainly in the form of just adding heaps of strain or something. Yeah, there is no upside to death sticks at all. None.
Well, they are called death sticks.
No upsides.
That's why I chose those ones specifically.
Yeah, it makes him feel a little bit happy, but it's at the cost of all competency. Like some of the spices. Yeah, that's why he chose them, and they're cheap. He's cheap.
I could have gone with the glitter stim, which gives you all sorts of bonuses to abilities.
Oh, glitter stim is absolutely hilarious. Like, it can give you force connection.
Wait, what?
I'm sure it was the glitter stim that
they
let
don't
you...
advantage you in any way.
Here we go.
That's so good.
Glitter stim is highly addictive with hallucinogenic properties. It adds 3 boost die to all perception and vigilance checks for the remainder of the scene. Additionally, some users report gaining temporary telepathic abilities, which the GM may choose to grant to any user at his discretion. So, hop up on glitter stim and you get telepathy, basically. You can read
And I
people's
have
minds.
some now.
Yes, and you have some now. A psychic Celestin hopped out on death sticks and glitter stim.
God, this is just a disaster.
Yup.
He's going to see the sun right in front of him.
He has only 2 doses of the glitter stim, though. So, as opposed to the 10 death sticks that he's got on him at the moment.
When's the next session, Crux?
I don't know when is the next session, because obviously the idea was to go roughly fortnightly. If we do that, it puts it on Christmas Day.
Yes.
Which-
Probably not going to happen.
No, exactly. In
Do we
terms
want to move it
of,
to another day in the week? Or?
I
They
am
saw me already.
I am happy to do that. Like, obviously, Christmas Day's out, Boxing Day's out for me because that's my dad's birthday. New Year's Eve will probably call out as well. I'm fine for any other day during that particular week, or we could hold it a little bit earlier. So, like maybe on the Saturday.
What about the Wednesday,
The Wednesday, the 27th?
27th? Yeah.
I'm
27th.
I'm good. No good or good?
No good.
No good. Okay, not 27.
28th.
I might be working Thursday night, so I couldn't guarantee I'll be in.
Right.
And then the 29th, I'm starting my own Star Wars campaign.
What
So that
about,
leaves the 30th.
yeah, what about the Saturday the 30th?
Possibly.
Yeah, I think I can be okay for that. Let's go remember
It
to
should
book it
be
out.
okay for that.
Okay.
Mm.
Right, so we'll tenuously say Saturday the
Well-
30th at this point, assuming we're capable. If not, then we can just leave it on a sort of a mini hiatus until we are.
Right, close this now.
So I will chuck that in our little message group.
So otherwise, it'll be like over a month before we can do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Which
Yeah,
would
like,
be a
But we
shame
could
because
just play Japan.
probably wasn't
yeah,
the best
I mean
time
we
to
could,
start,
but it's going to be a bit awkward playing in Japan.
No, we'll just sit around my tablet. It'll be fine.
Yeah, so alright, so we'll say tenuously the 30th at this point, where presumably you guys will start heading over to Nar Shaddaa, where some interesting things may or may not happen. It's entirely up to you if you want to try and look up the name of this dude whose name you have to go and see, this Relo Baruch. He is one of my little cameo appearances. If you have played Jedi Outcast, you'll be familiar with what's going to happen.
Mm.
Oh, lovely.
That guy.
All right, cool. Excellent. You guys have any sort of feedback for how I could
Cool.
improve that at all while it's still fresh in our heads?
Yeah, I'll DM you during the week if I
Yep.
think of anything.
Yep, cool.
Cool. Catch you later, guys.
Tatty bye. All right, I'm going to
nice.
end the recording now.